James Ferrara. Bit of an up and down weekend. First of all, talking about this evening. Bit of a disappointing result, obviously, to come away with no goals, especially at home, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things we've been working on is getting into those shooting areas and firing shots, and getting as many as we can. And I think for the most part tonight we did that, but maybe we weren't clinical enough. Didn't create maybe as many real good opportunities, and shooting from the outside a little bit too much. And we come up against a hot goaltender who played really well. Both goalies had a great game. It was a tight game. They didn't really create much else after their 2 goals, and in some respect we were unfortunate. Guys battled hard till the end, every single shift, and you can't question the work ethic. So we come up against a good team. They won the double last year, but there's no excuse. If we want to do well this season, we've got to match ourselves up and be taking points off teams like this. And we've come undone twice against them, but we're looking for revenge, and I'm sure we'll get some victories against them this year. Yeah,
definitely. Now, it seemed to be quite niggly as well. Did that have an impact as well? Or
it's one of the things they do. They've got a lot of guys that like to do that, and we'll give as good as we get. And we had enough power play opportunities tonight, and we didn't take our chances on those. But I mean, it's one of those things. We work on the power play, and sometimes it just doesn't work, and you get a plan B for the next game or whatever. So plenty to work on, but plenty of positives to keep us going. We're 4 points out of 4 games so far, so we'll probably be sitting mid-table for now, and we're looking to push on. Take this any momentum and the hard work we've had this weekend into next week.
Yeah, definitely. Of course. Last weekend there was, the game away in Basingstoke was quite lively, to say the least. Probably a lot of people were expecting something maybe as a continuation of that. Was there any particular, sort of message from Slava and from the coaching guys just to sort of say, we left that game behind and move on?
There was no, yes, we should do this, no, we shouldn't do that. We had to be the bigger people. What happened last week, they started. And both teams served suspensions and things like that, and I don't think those sort of players wanted that to happen again. We certainly didn't want to lose Giannis again, so there wasn't talk of anything happening or going to happen. If something did happen, then it did, but we didn't know of anything that was going to happen. And the way they played, it was niggly, but there was no repercussions from last week. I think the guys that needed to get banned got banned.
Sure. Okay, now looking at last night, nice road win as well for the guys. First one for the season now. Must be quite good, particularly over last season. Quite good to get sort of the first away win under the belts quite early.
Absolutely, it was a real character win. We went behind early and defended for our lives after that. Played really well and deserved the victory. But I mean, we won 2-1 last night, but we should have had a lot more goals. It was a more convincing game than the scoreline suggests. They didn't offer a lot after they scored, I didn't think. But it was one of those things. Away victory is an away victory. It doesn't have to be pretty sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get the job done, and we did that last night. And it was unfortunate we couldn't carry on till tonight. Yeah,
definitely. Okay, now looking forward to next week's games as well. So you've got to be ready for those. How do you now prepare yourself moving forwards now for those?
Yeah, I think it's Guildford and Manchester. Yeah. Obviously, 2 very good teams. We just keep working hard. A couple of days off now. We'll go back to work and training this week. Obviously, we'll look at ways that we can get the puck in the net more. We're going to come against 2 good goalies again, but we've got the guys in the team to be able to score in all sorts of situations. So, I mean, it happens every now and then. You have games where you don't score, but looking to next week, we're obviously looking to take those chances, but continue the hard work. And guys are starting to click and find some chemistry. For one reason or another, it didn't work tonight, but next week hopefully it will.
Definitely. James, thanks so much for sparing the time.
No problem.
Cheers, thanks.